Hey guys, MarsThinking here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are here still on the stream at this point in recording. The summons are done. We did only manage to get the one copy, but of course this is going to be the 55% showcase, so he'd only have the one copy for the video anyway. So we're going to jump straight in and check him out. We've jumped into the OG, the Omega Red Zone. Well, technically it's Sin, right? Stage 7 of the GT bosses one, because it feels thematic, right, to use the Super Saiyan 4 Goku against him, even though this one is from the baby fight, but I thought the baby stage would maybe be a bit too easy. But we're running Goku's team, so we've made a build for his team. It's not the most optimal in terms of the current most difficult content, but I wanted to bring some units that would just help show off this Goku and what he can do in a kind of optimal situation. And then after this, we will of course be taking him into the more difficult content, so we won't be using units like, you know, these guys, right, who are here basically for the support. This guy I think can still do okay in some events, but obviously all the new worldwide celebration difficult content, most of it is against int bosses, so he's not going to be too great. But remember, he does get the potential for the Scouter if we have a full power ally, which this Goku is obviously on. So full power Goku, his leader skill GT heroes full power, and then 30% to hybrid Saiyans or pure Saiyans. It's not the best 200% leader skill. It's definitely not terrible, but it's not the best leader skill. I mean, you can make a pretty nice team considering you got these guys on here. These guys can still put in some work in some events. So it's not a terrible leader skill, but it's not particularly amazing. Now, obviously, the best build for Goku, if you do get dupes, is going to be additionals, because he has guaranteed chance to crit in his passive. Guaranteed chance, yes, chance to crit in his passive. He gets a 50% chance to crit. So his passive is key 3, attack and defense 150, additional key per key sphere obtained, super good ability for an LR. He gets 70% extra attack when performing a super and high chance to crit if it's an ultra super. So it's very uncommon that you miss his 18 key. So that's why I'm saying you're getting that 50% chance to crit built into his passive. Then he gets additional 70% attack within the same turn and an additional 70% dodge, 70% defense for 3 turns when he receives or evades an attack, including a super. So if he gets hit or dodges, you get 70% extra attack for that turn, and you get 30% defense for 3 turns. So that's really good, because you also get that even if you dodge. Now, as we've said, I've mentioned it in all the other videos when we've been talking about him, you don't want to give this guy too much dodge, right? Because you want to get hit in slot 1 or dodge to get that buff. He has damage reduction, 20%. He gets an extra 70% defense and 20% damage reduction if he's in slot 1. But it is first attacker of the turn. So I believe that means he does have to attack first, right? Because of the way that the passive is worded. When it says as the first attacker in the turn, they have to actually attack to get that buff. So he has 20% damage reduction in slot 1 before he attacks, and then 40% once he actually does attack, which is pretty good. But then he has the standby, where he needs to get hit 5 times. And this is why you don't want to give him dodge. Because if he dodges in slot 1, he's going to get that attack and defense buff, but he's not going to get the build up to his standby. So without any further ado, let's jump in. We had a ton of int orbs, so we're not going to have to worry about key here. Pretty good start. I mean, obviously I would ideally have liked to put the Super Saiyan 4s next to him, because we're not going to get Saiyan Raw active on this turn. We have GT, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So we're starting off at 165k defense. So it's not a huge amount start of turn, but bear in mind we are going to get a lot of buffs once we get hit or dodge in slot 1. He's then, when he registers as being in slot 1, going to get the extra 70% as well. So he's kind of one of those units where the worst case scenario is if the first hit you take is a super. So he dodged it, so he got the buff. Now he's still taking 5 more attacks. So as long as he doesn't dodge, now see there straight away, we got the level 5 dodge from him being an int unit. I made this joke on stream earlier, and I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos I did, but I actually saw a screenshot of someone on JP with their Goku at 99% because they didn't give him the free level 5 dodge from being an int unit. Because imagine if there were 5 attacks in that slot 1, he just dodged one of them. So we wouldn't be able to do the standby on the next turn. But there were 6 attacks and he dodged one of them, which is actually perfect. It was literally the first attack of the turn was the super, which is the worst case scenario for him, and he dodged it, and then he still got hit 5 times. So we can get the standby with him on the next turn, which is kind of crazy. I'll go through all the standby details, obviously, once we do actually get it. I don't want to spend too long at the start of the video just sat reading the card, because I'm sure some of you guys already know what he does. So, yeah, best of both worlds. We dodged a super, which gives him the buff, and then we still got hit a bunch of times. I should have bought a Whis. This is the one problem about doing this event. It's like, oh, we'll do Omega, because we haven't done that event for ages. And then we get the worst rotations known to man, and I can't unlock them. It's always the reminder of why rotation locking is the absolute worst mechanic in the game. I might unironically have to use a Whis just to make sure Goku doesn't die in slot 1 here. Now, fortunately, it's not going to make too much difference for the showcase for the Goku on the next rotation, because if we use the standby straight away, he basically just becomes invincible anyway. So... Alright, no crit, sadly. Locking is a fun mechanic. Well, there you go. Goku getting the super counter. That is the one thing missing from this new LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But with everything else that he does, I guess maybe him having a super attack counter would make him too OP. Even if it was just the 30% chance one, like a lot of the other Super Saiyan 4s have. But just imagine how crazy this Goku would be. Especially as, like, if you want him to fulfill that role of being the slot 1, like, defensive unit. Imagine him having a chance to counter super attacks as well. So this guy, 5 million attack. Now this is with him, you know, only having a few links active, no Super Saiyan even from the Trunks and Goten. He is getting some support from them. But that's not bad in terms of the attack stat. Oh, and he didn't lock anyone this turn. Well, that's good. So I suppose, really, there's no reason not to stand by now. So we got hit 5 times. Let's go ahead and put the animations on. And we'll go ahead and do our standby into Marjube.
Everyone, lend me all of your Super Saiyan power. I'll never lose if I'm a Super Saiyan 4 at full power. Hurry up and give your key over to Goku!
Definitely a dub W. There's been some shoddy dubs in the past, but the dub for the this unit is very good, I think. Even Oob's line sounds pretty good. So no super attack. It's one of those standbys where he doesn't attack. And then his passive is defense 300%, damage reduction 10% per type key sphere obtained. So if you pick up 10 type orbs, he has 100% damage reduction. So he literally couldn't take damage from anything in the game, which is pretty funny. If you pick up 3 orbs, he gets guard. And then he has... it's for 1 turn from the start of the turn, yeah. So basically he just gets that ability to guard on the first turn. Because ideally, the way this unit works is you exchange into Oob, and then on the next turn, you transform, right? So most of his abilities only work for the turn where you actually transform him, which is fine. He gives all allies key 3 and defense 70% for 2 turns. So this turn and the next rotation, everyone's getting 70% defense, which is really good. And then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type into int, obviously not including int. And he also nullifies unarmed supers, which is pretty cool. So we need to build up our counters here. So let's go for... We actually didn't get a lot of int orbs, which is unfortunate. I guess we could do this and see how the orbs spawn at the side. It's not going to matter too much because he's not going to get hit, because I imagine the Super Saiyan 4s probably just kill. So we'll go ahead and do this. So we're already almost fully charged just off of this first rotation. Okay, so we are going to... Also, we're going to end up having double Goku rotation, which is kind of funny because if you do transform one of them, I guess if, you know, this is a perfect example of it, although there's not many relevant events that do this anymore. But if due to rotation locking, you end up with both of them on the same rotation, once we transform the other Goku into full power, he is a 7 out of 7 link partner with himself. So that's pretty good. This is a shocking rotation as well, by the way. We have not had a lot of luck when it comes to our setups here because of the locking in turn 1. So, gonna go ahead and do this. Even though these guys have had basically no build-up so far, but Gogeta's obviously going to be stronger defensively than they are by themselves. And have the chance to counter a super if he does get supered. I'm the one who will destroy you. Tech Goku slot 1, you reckon? I mean, he does have 428k defense, which is pretty good. And he could counter a super, but let's hope that he does. We'll see. We'll do that. We'll do that. Full 20 key for you, or full 24 key for you. Fully charged on the standby. So here we go. Okay, didn't get supered in slot 1, which is good. 9.25. Like I say, this guy can still go. He's just not going to be great against the toughest bosses. But like I said this in the team building guide video I did. Of course, now he eats the super and doesn't counter. But I said this in the team building guide video that I did for Super Saiyan 4 Goku yesterday. If we get a new difficult event come out soon, but the boss is AGL, that Goku would still be usable on the right team, in the right setups, right? For sure. Oh yeah, because Gogeta cancels out the attack, so now he's not getting hit at all. And then he's already supered, so we know he's not going to super Gohan and... sorry, Goten and Trunks. So they should tank the normals at the end of the turn here. They should be fine, right? Even with just the one super. Because, yeah, Goku's going to heal us. Okay, yeah, good. So, yeah, now we get the transformation with Goku. So, one of the big things, if you get the full transformation into full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you get the... Oh, God, this rotation is going to be insane. So, he's going to have all 7 links active, and I'm going to pop the revival... I'm going to pop the standby for the GT boys, so we're going to have 80% extra attack as well. All right, let's go. Transformation with our boy Goku.
It's about time we both got serious and had a battle to end all battles. The ultimate final battle.
It's the ultimate final battle. Alright. So, yeah, he's going to look insane this turn. So we're going to... Look, so he's got all 7 links active. Let's go ahead and turn these off quickly so we can... Oh, wait, we needed to do that first because the heal... The heal means we can't use it because we're not enough turns in. Do we want to see what he looks like just on this turn, or do I reset and get the 80% support? Reset, okay. You guys want to see the support? All right, we're good. Okay, so transform first. Then we do this. Okay. Oh my god. So at the start of the turn, because GT Vegeta gives key anyway, so at the start of the turn, full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku already has 24 key before we even do anything. Let me look at his silhouette. Yeah, see, he does have a different sprite as well, because normal Goku's like that, whereas full power Goku is stood up like straight, and he kind of has the red outline around him as well, which is really cool. So... Alright, well, full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, once we've transformed. I didn't actually read his super attack effects before, but I've read it in all the previous videos, and we're going to use them a million times, right? So, he greatly raises attack and defense on the 12 key, or sorry, raises on the 12 key, greatly raises on the 18 key. And now, look at all of the stuff this does. Look at this novel that is this man's passive. So, recover 77% HP, guards all attacks for 1 turn, gets a guaranteed crit for 3 turns, 7 key and 200% attack and defense. Additional 2 key per int or rainbow orb obtained, which is int would give him 4 key and rainbow would give him 3. Additional 1 key per other type orb obtained, so all other type orbs are giving him 2. Then he gets an additional 150% attack when performing a super. Great chance to crit if it's an ultra super. But remember, for the first 3 turns, we're getting guaranteed crit anyway. Then he gets an additional 59% attack and a guaranteed crit if key is 24. So from when he transforms, if you get 24 key, he's just critting always forever. Yeah, true, actually. It's greatly raised attack and defense for... greatly raised attack and raised defense for 4 turns. That is true. Can't miss that out. So you get a couple turns stack on that, which is good. The funny thing is, because we transformed him so early, is like he can get a couple turns stack on his 12 key, his pre-transformed 18 key as well. So you can actually build up his defense a little bit, but we didn't even get like to do that because we just managed to get him to transform straight away. Then we get 77% defense for 5 turns after receiving or evading, basically just a juiced up version of the pre-transformation one. Damage reduction of 25%, and then 77% defense and another 25% in slot 1. So as you can see, he's starting off at just under 200k defense at 55%. But as soon as we get hit or dodge the first attack, this is going to jump up by a ridiculous amount. And then when we super, it's going to jump up as well. And then of course, bear in mind that we do have the... we do have the 80% attack support from GT Vegeta on the turn as well. So there's going to be some spicy damage right here. And remember, this is 55% level 1 links. Okay. 18 million, 55% level 1 links. And this is a guaranteed crit as well. So that's pretty good. Now, obviously, mine being 55%, he does have a level 5 silver additional orb. He now has 50% damage reduction as well, so just tanks the super for nothing. That's pretty good. Well, the difference between him and Vegito, because we were talking about the comparisons between him and the AGL Blue Boys and Vegito Blue, is even at 55%, Vegito Blue can do multiple additional super attacks as well. So Goku definitely has like the higher 1 attack stat damage. Now, obviously, they're both like, as all units do, get considerably better with like the dupes and everything. But I suppose it doesn't really matter who's in slot 1. Do this. 8.3 million for the full power Goku is pretty good. Although I should have put Gogeta slot 1 because this full power Goku gets lower stats if you're on lower health. But he did a double super anyway, so. This is what we call damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's some pretty good damage right there. Oh, see, look at all these attacks in slot 1. Ah, see, we could do that as well. We'll lose out on Saiyan Raw, but that could be kind of interesting to see Oob sort of show off his defense again here. So let's do that. He didn't change the orbs I wanted him to, but so 9 orbs here, but 8 of them are type orbs. So that means he's going to have 80% damage reduction and guard. Is that pretty good? Do you think? Do you think 80% damage reduction with guard is pretty good, whilst also having 446k defense? So bear in mind, if he was to take a super attack that did, let's say he was to take a super attack that did 2 million damage, just as an example. So 2 million damage, if we take off 80% for his damage reduction, that's going to be 400k. And then he already has over 400k defense. So he takes double-digit damage from a 2 million damage super attack. Which is pretty good. And then we'll grab these here. We need to charge up the transformation for Goku. I mean, we could get the non-fully charged one in here, but... Oh, and yeah, of course, again, that's 55% link level 1 as well. So he has the potential to be even higher than that. So it's pretty good. But yeah, this Kamehameha looks so good as well. I love it. And of course, the guaranteed crit. The only sad thing is the... at 55%, right, not having that high additional. Because you want to build him full additional. Because imagine you're dropping that, like, that first turn, you're dropping that 18 million 18 key super, and then he's going to do, what, like 11 or 12 million additional 12 key super, which is also a guaranteed crit, if he is getting an additional super. So that's obviously very, very strong. I kind of want to drop the Spirit Bomb on him, but I also kind of want to get another turn with Goku. I feel like if we leave this guy in slot 1, we're going to die, right? We'll get the Spirit Bomb. We'll see. Don't get the Dokkan attack, though. Perfect. Because now, if we die, drop the Spirit Bomb, don't kill him, go back to full power Goku, and then Dokkan attack with full power Goku. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, so now we've got the double full power Goku rotation. Do you actually get any extra links from Oob? You do. And Oob can't attack. So... yes, he only gets his guard and the damage reduction for 1 turn, though. So you kind of have to transform him straight away. Because otherwise, he just sucks. So I guess we will just do that. Because obviously now that they're both full power Goku, they can't link. So, alright. So we do this. We get the Dokkan attack. Do this. Do this. And then off we go.
Time to get serious.
Now we don't have a lot of our best links. We don't have Super Saiyan. We don't have Saiyan Raw. We do have the support from Gohan and Goten. But... like, getting guaranteed crit, especially when it comes to, like, the Dokkan attack, is such a powerful ability. Like, the Dokkan attack, the hardest hitting attack that you will do in the run, basically, apart from, you know, crazy nuke attacks or, like, the Spirit Bomb or whatever. And you get a guaranteed crit on it. So it does even more damage than it usually would, which is pretty good. 381, jeez. And then the friend Goku, 11.7. So, as you can see, 55% level 1 links. Goku is still... pretty crazy. So, and look at that, and look at that. We get the KO screen as well. Look at that face. That smile. What's that mean? It all started with that smile. There you go. So 55% Goku. He's pretty good. Took me way more stones than I would have liked right before Heroes to get 1 copy, but he's very cool. We're going to be taking him into a bunch of the other different events, showing him off on other team builds. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Very good unit. I would recommend if you want to go all in for Heroes, at least try the discount rotations, and then we know for a fact now, because we can obviously see in the news when the Heroes, when the Goku banner is up until, Goku's banner will still be out when the Heroes banner comes out. So you can always summon for Heroes, and then if you've already done like the discounts, maybe you pulled a copy of Goku, once you've done your hero summons, you could then potentially try for a dupe for Goku or save for whatever's coming next. But Goku's banner will still be up when the Heroes banner comes out. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.